So there's really no good way to open this video or to start this video or to soften the blow that a lot of people are going to feel from the things I'm about to say. And I don't want them to sound preachy or like I'm some authority figure in this space or anything like that. This is just me kind of giving you guys some advice on things that I've learned, not just in the motorcycle industry, but working in other industries as well. Things that I've seen, things that I've noticed, things that I hear the motorcycle community talk about. And that's important because the last thing you want them to do is to turn on you. So when I had the idea for this video, I really only had one thing in mind, but I took to my YouTube community, which is all motorcycle enthusiasts, because that's all this channel is. I also took to Instagram to ask people's opinions. I asked, what are things that motorcycle influencers, because I absolutely hate that word, not just in our industry, but in all industries, do that are very annoying. Now, the thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll get into all the rest of them, show you what everyone else had to say about it, was taking products just because a company is willing to send them. Stop doing that. The reason I say that is it waters down your product. So the more things that you're promoting, the less you're promoting yourself, the less people listen, the less people pay attention, and the less other companies are going to want to work with you, because let's say I promote 8 different things. So 8 different companies have sent me products for my bike or related to motorcycling, etc. Now that 9th company is going to say, well, we're competing with a lot of other stuff that they're trying to plug, and I feel like we would just get drowned out. Whereas I'm not trying to brag again, but using myself as an example, I promote very minimal products. I get really good offers. I've turned down offers that paid significantly more than this channel makes. I've turned down offers that pay more than my actual job pays. But in good conscience, I didn't believe in the products and I couldn't promote them. Problem is, once you say a company has sent you something for free, people already start to doubt. That was one of my reservations about starting to do stuff with Harley Davidson corporate with this channel. Was I said, I'm really concerned that my viewers will say, well, of course he's only going to say good things. He's working with Harley Davidson. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. They're extremely cool, and they literally let you say whatever you want. Now that I'm done preaching and lecturing from my high horse, let's dive into a few things other people said that motorcycle influencers do that really bug them. I think there'll be some helpful stuff, guys. I would really stick around for this. So, to my point, this guy says, telling us how great the free stuff they get is, regardless of the quality or utility. Exactly what I just said. If a company sends you stuff, you are grateful, you're thankful. I mean, I'm in a very fortunate position that I get some cool stuff sent to me. It never stops being cool. I never stop being grateful. But you have to be honest. You have to give the good with the bad. This next one is huge for me. Before I started doing YouTube, I watched a lot of YouTube, and now I watch even more just so I can learn not only things that I can improve on, but I can watch and see things I do not like to make sure I don't do it. Doing content just to create some, not because they have something to tell. Been a fan of everything you've made so far, builds especially. So I almost didn't read that part, as you could tell. I started to stutter. But thank you, Joe, if that's your real name, for the compliment. And I completely agree. And that's the #1 thing that people commented when I asked this question was making content just so you can put something out. And guys, if you're a YouTuber, I get it. The less content, the less money. I'm in that same boat. So when a period of time goes by and I don't put out content, it's not because I'm lazy or I don't want to. I just don't have any ideas that I think are content worthy. Now, you do whatever you think, but I've seen enough comments from people that make me want to not put out content that I don't believe is truly entertaining or truly informative. This is a good one. This is a really good one, actually. I like this one. Personal stuff like, she left me, or I gotta say this. The story of why they're not gonna do YouTube anymore. Explaining the stats about us viewers. I get exactly what they're saying. And again, certain things come to mind, but I don't want to target or blast or shame any other YouTubers or creators in this space But I've seen stuff exactly like that. Now, I'll use this one, the She Left Me, because I personally haven't seen a video titled that. So if you've done a video titled that, this is not aimed at you. I haven't seen it. But the example would be someone will use that thing. So say it's a motorcycle channel and put She Left Me. Okay, usually what that ends up being is they were riding with somebody, and obviously some chick they were riding with geared down and took off. It's not like my wife left and my whole career is going down it's none of that. It's literally just clickbait. Now, do I spice up my titles sometimes to make them more appealing? Absolutely. But it's relevant to the content. Okay, so this this one does kind of, I could be wrong, but this one kind of does go after one specific YouTuber, but whatever. I agree with the comment, so we're going to talk about it. Comparing everything to sport bikes. You wouldn't judge an R1 by how well you can cross-country it, so I don't see why the reverse is acceptable. I completely agree. You have to give some context. So when I mention that I like forward controls or mid controls or this, I give you some context as to why. Now, if I hop on a sport bike that has rear sets, that feels weird for me. I've ridden one not long ago and it felt super awkward. I'm leaned down on my arms, my feet are behind me. That's not a Harley Davidson position. That doesn't mean that position's not right. For racing, it's actually much more superior. For aggressive riding, it's much more superior. It just feels weird to me. So what I would say is I normally ride Harleys where the bars are up here and my feet are out here, and that's why this feels weird, not this is terrible or this sucks. You're on the bike usually for one video to make the content. They put the video in their face too long. So instead of us seeing what they're talking about, the camera's pointed at their face, so I have no idea what they're doing or talking about. So this is one area where I got lucky that I didn't have a cameraman or a helper or just someone willing to hold that camera that's literally sitting on a bar stool and a helmet box so that it's the right height. So when I started making the review videos, which is what kind of put me on the map, I literally just had to point the camera at the bike. I was behind the camera and talking about it. That's fine. The video's about the bike. I don't need to be in it. So we've kind of already covered this one, but it's worth including. The video's titled, I Quit. So effing annoying. You're like, oh, why are they quitting YouTube? Only to find out they're quitting eating carbs or some equally irrelevant topic. Again, we've talked about that one. Strongly agree. There were a lot of these, so we're basically talking in circles. We're going to wrap this up, but this one says dramatic, clickbaity thumbnail titles that are completely misleading or irrelevant to most of the video content, i.e. I've had enough or never do this, and then 90% of the video is just riding around talking trash. I get it, and YouTube used to make you have to have 10-minute videos to put ads in the middle, which is how most YouTubers make their money. There are other ways, we won't get into that. If you want ads in the middle of your videos to help it earn more money, it had to be 10 minutes. Now it's either 8 or 8.5. I do not care. I do not care about that time limit. If I have one good video that gets 10 times the views that was only 5 minutes long, well, I'm gonna make more money than a video that I stretched out that definitely only needed to be 5 minutes long, but I hit that time requirement so I could jam some more ads down your throat. Now, there were a lot more, and some people that submitted them asked to be anonymous. And I think with that, it's because maybe some stuff that your friends do you find annoying. So we're gonna do those in the honorable mention. That's it, that's all I have for this video. I'm gonna throw those up on the screen as we wrap this video up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not already. Do what you want, do what makes you happy. Catch you in the next video.